another Purple Goldfish. This is your host, Stan Phelps, and I'm Jack Campese.
Jack, wait, before we start out, this is pretty sedate for you. Wait, is there something missing? Something I'm missing?
Oh, there's a little something.
A little something?
It's called Hot Chicks.
2 of them. Double trouble. Wow.
Yeah, so it's subtle, but it's ugly. This one I was going to wear out to a bar one night, and my friend's wife saw it, and she goes, turn around and go back inside.
She
Do not wear
vetoed you.
that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it made it to the Purple Goldfish podcast, my friend.
So this is an Hawaiian shirt. What do you have to do to get to Hawaii?
You gotta leave on a jet plane.
Big old jet.
Don't know when I'll be back again.
All right. Is
But
that what we're talking about today?
nice segue. We are talking about airlines today. What we want to do is talk about different industries, because this whole idea of lagniappe, everybody is in a different industry, and so there's so many great examples of the ways people are going above and beyond. So let's talk airlines.
Right.
Now,
that seems to be the whipping boy of everyone that talks about customer service and customer experience, mainly the lack of. But you know, we've got some good examples in the project for the airline industry.
you know, it's such a roller coaster. I've had such terrible and great experiences in the same day. What are some of the what are they doing right?
I know we've talked about Southwest before, and Southwest is one of the examples I always kind of cite as creating that little signature differentiator. And when all of the airlines decided to charge for baggage, what does Southwest do? Bags fly free.
And we've talked about this one. Another
genius.
Paying for those bags, extra bags, ticks me off. So
right. You know,
amen to Southwest.
We haven't talked about this yet, but the idea is if you create that expectation in the mind of the consumer, if you really want to piss them off, take that away and charge for it. And bags, to me, if you're flying, bags should just be part of the equation. And then to get ticky-tacky and start to charge for them. So brilliant move by Southwest. That's a great example.
You know, along those lines, I want to interrupt. I went to a McDonald's drive-thru once, like driving on like the Mass Pike or Connecticut Turnpike. You know, pull into the drive-thru, get some chicken McNuggets, and I asked for like an extra sweet and sour sauce, and charged me a quarter.
A quarter for extra sweet and sour.
And I was like, "Are you kidding me? I just paid like $7 for this stupid meal, and now you're charging me an extra, 25 cents for this thing." Now that happened a couple of years ago, and it had not that I go to McDonald's a lot, but
right.
They don't do it now.
Right.
So I don't know if it was they get you at the drive-thru, like Joe Pesci,
get you
at the drive-thru, or not. But that's a perfect example. I was like, you got to be kidding me here.
Right. Here's another one, because it used to be when you flew, it used to be free beer and wine. And I think still maybe if you fly international.
First class might get it.
First class or business class, but Horizon Airlines, so fly out of the Pacific Northwest, it's always 5 o'clock on Horizon Air. So free beer and wine. They haven't taken this away. I think this is absolutely brilliant. Free beer and wine when you fly with Horizon.
Is there a limit?
You know, it's a good question. I'm not sure. Maybe there is. Right?
That'd be fun flight to take. I got to remember that airline. Now, one that I thought of was when we were talking about the DoubleTree and the cookies. There is an airline that actually gives you chocolate chip cookies
right
on the plane, and I actually got to fly it once. And
I remember that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you reminded me of the name. It was Porter.
No, Midwest.
Midwest
Airlines does it. Porter is another one that got submitted to the project. So Porter is a Canadian airline that flies out of Toronto, out of the city airport in Toronto. And literally they have a VIP lounge, but everyone's a VIP. So when you go and check in there free Wi-Fi. They have like snacks and drinks and whatnot.
I like that too because there's this velvet rope thing. Seinfeld had a great episode about the people in first class with their ice cream sundaes and foot massages, and then Elaine stuck in, coach. And there's this whole, why do they get to go there? I'm still paying a hell of a lot of money to fly, and so everybody's a VIP is a nice, especially when you actually are getting something nice instead of just here sit in this lobby and listen to the music.
Right. I think I don't know if I was the CMO of an airline. I think it's tough because you're only as good as your frontline staff, and I get the sense that whether it's the pilots or the flight attendants or the gate staff or the folks that check you in, I just don't see that really kind of friendly attitude, kind of service orientation. It's almost like they're just trying to move you along like cattle.
And they take a beating as well, though.
True.
I mean, every single person who talks to them, 4 out of 5 people are angry. Their bags are lost. They're in a hurry. Something's going wrong. They're stressed out. So it's almost like their job. They have to be like a Disney employee who's an actor.
Right.
And the great story about Disney is they have a Cinderella in the castle.
Right.
And people walk by her all day, and the number one question she's asked is, "Where's the bathroom?" And every single time somebody asks, she smiles and points to where the bathroom is. Meanwhile, right above her is a sign.
Bathroom, right
bathrooms.
That way.
And so she always goes like this and never like this.
Ah, that's good. I like that.
So,
I like that.
Now, back to airlines.
She should walk them over to the bathroom. That would be a little lagniappe.
It could be a little weird.
Could be. Not into the bathroom, but I like the
All right, Cinderella, leave your glass slipper right there. JetBlue for me.
JetBlue is a good one.
Good one. And, I mean, the DirecTV on a flight. I mean, I watched the 18 marathon going to California once. The greatest flight of my life.
The 18. I think the movie's coming out this summer.
The movie is coming out.
Right.
You'll read the movie review on Back and Jack, my humor blog. But that's a plug. But one thing about JetBlue too was they give you the blue Terra chips.
Right.
And I love those things. And I know food is a scarcity these days.
Right.
And I think you do have, I can't remember if you can buy food or not.
You can on JetBlue. You can buy like salads and wraps, and I mean it's pretty good food. But they do give. I love the Terra chips because no one else is giving those out.
Yeah, those are good.
It's premium. I think also for JetBlue, genius move, leather seats.
Yeah. Very
nice.
Styling and profiling. And also, they have a really good Twitter presence. So there's an example of a lot of people don't know what to do with Twitter, but in that case, they're giving you useful information on Twitter. So if you're going to go on a JetBlue flight, you want to actually follow them on Twitter.
Right.
And we can probably do another podcast on Twitter and lagniappe, but
sure.
Maybe that's a good place to end this podcast.
Good stuff. So do us a favor, send us your purple goldfish. We're looking for the 1,001 examples. For each example of marketing lagniappe, a purple goldfish, we donate a food item to the Thomas Merton Center, which is a shelter in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So definitely a great cause. Send us your examples.
Send us an ugly shirt, and we'll also give a donation as well, and we'll give you a shout out. And God knows if anybody's actually going to send me a shirt, but the offer's there, people. All right, so that's it for this time around, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.